I want to get. Oh. Oh, good. Sunday. You'd think that the motorcyclist wouldn't get such an early start on Sunday. But here we are. Here we are. There, that's good. A little bit right in there. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to wick it and do a little bit of tidying up. And then we'll be good. Let me... Oh, we've lost it. Hold on. The bit rate says that it's perfect. Continue recording. Recover broadcast. Who knows? Never mind. Oops. Are we back? Let's see. I can't tell. And you know what? It said the bitrate was fine. So honestly, I'm gonna blame Twitch. I'm gonna say it's their terrible server because everything looks fine on my end. So let me know if I am back. And yeah, it says excellent bitrate. Excellent. Well. We'll see. I'm just going to keep going because I got stuff to do today, so... Well, you can always watch it later. It doesn't have to be live. So I guess we're back. I don't know. And honestly, I don't think that was my fault. I think that was... Everything was fine. My bitrate was good. So, whatever. There we go. And now... Hold on, there's like now ambulances going by. We just get no quiet. I daydream about living in a place with perfect solitude. There we go. It is not Wilmington, North Carolina for sure. Let me just... Alright, hold on. There's like 10 things going by. Well, there we go. Well, you didn't miss anything. Because I didn't even notice. I looked up. There was that sad... There we go. That's perfect. We're going to let these two dry. Let's just put you guys right. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put you on this trivet instead. I'll put you right there. And you can go right there. And we're going to go put these under the heat lamp and move along to... We should, you know what, let's move along to this. These two guys. Our little landscape guys will be next. Then we'll have a first coat almost on everything. There we go. First coat. Now with this we got to get all the other little colors. So let's get that little thing and just like that. I think that's good. Let's just there we go. I don't even know why I'm going to be, to be honest, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with whether I'm streaming from one camera or the other. But before I get too far, I do want to look at these wires because I can see a lot of wires are overlapping or need to be pinched. So we're going to the water blue series. Any spillover on the border will get removed when you... Oh, yeah. Yep. Don't worry about getting it on the top. We're going to grind it. So, and it's not... There's no point in even fussing because we want to make sure we go all the way to the top of the wires. Better to have a little more than not enough. So, let me put this over there and get my snippies. And I'm going to fool around with these wires for a short moment. Just because, and I think getting a first coat on this one, because this particular pair is going to be, it's just, there's a lot going on with this. And once I get the first coat, everything will fall into place. So everything seems okay. I'm just trimming, and then I'm going to trim and tuck. Sunday. That's good. Trim and tuck. That's good. Don't hate that. And then you need to get tucked down. Press you down. Good. That's good. All right. Now we're going to do a little bit of not washing, but freshening up. We definitely, for our sky, I made one of these last week, so they're always different, but it has like a little bit of pink blushiness in the sky because it is just, I like to think of it as morning, as dawn, but it could be dusk, I suppose. Us being on the East Coast, we tend to do dawn over, looking out over towards dawn when we're in the mountains. So we've got that already. And, well, hello, Hydrochronic. Good morning. You mentioned that it was like 4 a.m. Where are you in the world? Because I was like, where is that? Like, early? Is it not California? Who knows? Maybe farther than California? So, all right. So we're going to grab a few little greens as well. And we're going to get all of these. We will definitely finish these today. So I think it will be a nice, and then after that, I just have 2 more pieces to make, which I'm going to do on my own next week. I'm not going to be streaming again until Christmas Day. So I'm taking a little, everyone's honestly, I feel like I've oversaturated myself anyway. I'm honestly sick of thinking about me as an enamel artist, so I can only imagine that has had enough. So I'm just going to get some of these greens. I'm going to get that olive green, which I know I like. Oh, and I definitely want a little bit of this peacock will be pretty. Let's get that. That's this peacock. Be another favorite. I know it's not a great, I'm going to redo this sample, but this is one of my favorite Nino Mia blues, and 62 peacock blue. It doesn't look that great when it's dry, but it just has this lovely, it's gorgeous. It's a really warm, and there's a few kind of close ones like marine blue, but they're just not as beautiful as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's, I don't even think you can get this color anymore. It's unfortunate. So hopefully I have more than I need. And do we want that L69? Yes. Let's grab a little bit of that. And this will pretty much, I think, use all the colors. There we go. So we've got a lot of colors ready to go. You can kind of see all the colors that I've just been washing. And let me just get all of, I'm going to move everything over to the left. So, there we go. And scooch you over. Right like that is kind of where I want to be. Oop. Let me get you out of the way. There we go. We don't need to see me. There. That's looking good. Oop. That should be good. Let's focus that. Now, we're going to start with our little, kind of just the little blushy bit of pink right over the crest of these mountains. Start with the sky. See, the mountain is really big in this one. Huh? It is. Everyone is different. So we'll just, a little water. Our baby pink. Just a little bit. Like that. A little bit over here. And then a little pink. Just covering, peeking up from behind this mountain. Just like that. A bit more, but definitely need some more. There we go. And then I'm going to grab my baby blue. Hanging up over here. I'm just going to gently blend you together. It'll just be a soft glow. Just like that. Just some gentle bits, just like that. And then I'm going to get a third baby blue, just like that. I'm kind of just placing and then blending. Let's just see. A little bit of that, like that. Just like that. And then I'm going to grab a little little bit of my L69. This is kind of a cooler, more periwinkle blue. Another Enamel. But there's a bunch of these. This is very similar to like Heaven Blue. You know, it's not, but it's gorgeous. So just a little bit, just to give it a little variety. I told you that it's not a very big piece, but it has a lot of different colors in it. So we're just going to just gently like that. It's good, and maybe even a little bit up here. Just like that. Little. That's nice. Now I'm going to be using kind of the aquas, the aqua greenish blues, but they get a little bit, I'm going to grab this for sure. They get a little, how shall I say, reactive to silver. So I'm going to just put a layer of blue down where those are going to be, and we'll get to the actual color in the next thing. And I'm just grabbing a couple. Oh, I forgot to get my olive green. We probably want this is a real pretty green. The first part of the day is always kind of figuring out the colors. I've made a mess. Good. There we go. We got some olive green. There we go. And probably want, I'm going to do a little bit of this 546 blue as a base. Just make that happen, because we're going to kind of go from dusty blue to green. So I don't think this is a terrible idea to just kind of get started. Just this little mountain in the background. Sweet little, just kind of hugging that a little bit, and then a little bit on this side too. There we go. Definitely going to want to do a little bit more stuff. Oh, just we'll get some green and just kind of, just a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to put a little bit of baby blue right in the center. Just like that. And we will fill that in with a little bit more nuanced color in the next one. That's good. That's good. All right, now we're going to get to our greens. I've got this pretty chrome green, another problematic color, but I'm going to wash it, even though I'm not going to use it right this second. Let's just open you up. There we go. Now, while we're here, we're going to, we also have, oh, this L45 is also very pretty. I'm just preparing. I'm just, opening up my options. Another green, another Enamel green. Greens are hard too. I mean, I'm very, you know, especially because there's so many different kinds of greens in nature. You're generally looking for a very specific shade, and sometimes it's hard to find them. So now we're going to do a little, we're going to start with our basic, this is going to seem like a jarring thing, but once we get the second coat of color on, it will make more sense. So we just have a little bit of that. A little bit of that. Do I want to grab another green? Maybe? No. It's all right. We'll just a little bit. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. And maybe a little bit of that is good. And I'm going to start with this olive. Seems pretty. Do I want to start with the olive? Yeah. No. Let's do N42. Let's just getting it in between all these little wires. That's fine for now. This is a little bit more neutral of a green. There we go. There we go. That's good. We'll be finessing that. So much water. Oh, hey, Lulu Call subscribed at tier 1 for 6 months in advance. Thank you, Lulu Call. Yeah, doing it in advance because it is every month. It's not, I mean, do what you want, but I guess that's, you know, to be honest, that's, I guess in Twitch's favor. There's none of that, trying to get people to subscribe and then forget that they've subscribed. You know what I'm saying? So you actually have to resubscribe manually or, you know, say I want to do it for a certain amount of time. So I actually can respect that with Twitch because, I mean, I'm kind of surprised because you'd think they will, you know, not on my behalf, but, you know, just the cynic in me. Alrighty, so we are going to, so that's 32. Hold on. Well, I'm not going to go back to it. That is getting closer to the 100. Maybe it'll be a pair of laurel leaf earrings. Laura. But then if you don't win them, Laura, you'll feel so bad. And if you do win, everyone will think that I stacked the deck. But it will be totally random. I'm going to have somebody else do the drawing. So I promise it will be as fair as I can make it. Now, let me just think about all those other, I'm going to just put a coat of this blue down here because I want to do these aqua colors and I don't want them to get schlubby. So I'm just going to put a nice layer of blue down here and we will, quite honestly, kick that can down to the next level. A little protective layer of blue never hurt anybody. So let's just, because you think, why would these aquas be reactive? just a nice easy, and I'm going to put them in those little dots as well. Not too thick. We don't want to run out of space. There we go. A little dot. Probably want to get a little yellow, but that's fine. Little dot, little dot. That's good. Now, I know it doesn't look like much, but that's a good start. Good morning. Oh, Lou from Atlanta. We're practically neighbors. Georgia and North Carolina. So, good. These are ready to dry, and the one thing I did this morning was I did take a moment. Let me not put these right over them. I took a moment and I sanded. See how these have like a clean edge here? I used my diamond grit sanding stick and I cleaned up my trivets because they were getting a bit glumpy, and you don't want trivet marks. Hold on, let me auto that and zoom out. There we go. So cleaned up my trivets that I'm going to be using today. You don't have to do it after every firing, but once they start getting a little gloppy, it isn't a bad idea. So those are done. So we're going to let these go dry, and we are going to let's get started on that pendant. Remember from yesterday? Let me go put these under there, and then we'll talk about, remember what we did with this yesterday. Now, let's get my glasses on, see if I can see what's going on. There we go. We can kind of see that in the last episode, because we're going to be using this color, this darker shade of kind of greenish blue, I wanted to put a protective layer of this baby blue down. So in this one, we're going to really do our full complement of colors on this with the darks and the lights. So that is what we're going to do. We don't need any of these limey greens, so we're going to get those out of the way. And let me certainly, I've got that, which can hang out right there. That's not terrible. So let's just move you over here, and we're gonna definitely have a little bit of, gotta do some collecting of some colors. We're definitely going to be using these two dark ultramarines. These are lovely. There is one Enamel L65, very pretty. And really, did I put my pipette away? I'm just going to take a moment and freshen that up. And there are tons of beautiful ultramarines, but this is one of my favorites. We've got that one, and then this really more cobalt blue will be very pretty. Cobalt. There we go. There we go. Just super exciting. We got that. And then we're definitely doing this. Oh, this is a gorgeous color. This is a Hirasawa color. It is it's very green, but it's also very blue. So that is H56. Where are you? Oh, here you are, over here. That is, we don't have much. I think we'll have enough to get this done. Yeah, hopefully. It's one of my favorites because it goes so nicely into blues. You can make it read more blue or green depending on what you put next to it. So that's a good one. And then, oh, you know what I'm missing? Do I want this one? N51, no, no, no. L65, no. Let me just go grab one more color. See, I got some L60. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like that. That one is, this is a really pretty, nice color too. So, you know, I like to have options. Let me just wash this and then we will. Oops, there we go. Perfect. So as far as our background goes, let me tell you, we're gonna, this is this, going kind of into this, going kind of into this, or whatever. I don't know, maybe not this one, whatever, don't judge me. And then that, and then that will be good. So that's the background, and then the foreground is all shades of tiny, delicate, pale greenish blues. And we put all blues down in the last one, but now we're going to green things up a bit on one side. So we will do that. Got that. Oh, N50, 51 is very pretty. We're going to want this one in. There's our kind of dark. We got one of those. And oh yeah, this one is kind of a seafoam. Oh, love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And do we want N49? Or are we ambivalent about N49? I am not ambivalent about any color. I have an opinion. I always have an opinion. There we go. It's very similar to this, but this is more green and this is more blue. So I want the options. You cannot take my options from me. I'm going to have them all. So now we are ready. And I think I'm going to start with these little interior bits because I am going to be bold and do that dark background, but I don't want that dark background to, well, yes, that's what we're going to do. I've conferred with all the voices in my head, and they are all in agreement that that is what we're going to do. I'm going to do the interior parts first. There we go. And I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see what's going on maybe. Let's just see. Ooh, there we go. Focus. Lock the focus. There we go. Oop, stick my finger right in it. Good. Now, so this side is blue. Let's actually start with the blue side because quite honestly, it's just easier to go from left to right. there. And there we go. A little bit of this. A little bit. And these are all very light. A little bit. That. And then you know what I want? I'm just gonna get one more color. I know. Don't judge. I just wanted something a little cooler, so I brought over L70, which is another Ninomiya. L69, L70, L71, 72, 73. Same gorgeous shade of deep ultramarine and different. It's gorgeous. It's a great transition. Oh, and look, I found some of the lump forget-me-not that I had kind of half-ass started to grind, but this was some that I'd ground a while ago. So if we want to use it, we could. And see how this is just, it's a really pretty color, but it's not what we're going to use right now. I just saw it and knew I needed to have it. So now we've got a little dark. I'm going to start dumping some of this water out. There we go. That's better. Should I have gotten... No, I think this is perfect. We want to keep it real light in here because you'll see what's happening. We're going to go really... dark on the background. So we don't want to go too dark on this foreground. So just remember capillary action to pull all that enamel in. Don't hate that. But see how this is just kind of cooling it up a little bit, which is nice. A little bit of that. I do need to fuss with that wire. Why? That'll do. One-handed tweezering. That. And we're going to do the same up here. A little water would be good. Oh. A gifting, somebody, Camille, has gifted a tier 1 sub to me, to the community. It's the first gift sub in the channel. Well, lovely. Thank you. I assume that is just a really nice thing that you did. And welcome. Thank you, Camille. That even got a really large font. I can even see that font. That was very generous. A little water. We're going to get to 100. There we go. There we go. That's nice. I'm going to do a touch of this color here as if it's transforming from the blue to the green. See, because we're having a transition from a cool blue to a warm greenish blue in both directions. It's going to be opposite. So the greenish in the background to the blue, and then opposite in the other direction. It's because now let me just do some, I think this middle is nice. I want a little bit more, but that's actually good. That's good. A little bit of that. We'll get these polka dots in a moment. Curlicues, you think, what a simple design. I spend a lot of time thinking about, there's so many things that go into these curlicues. It's not just slapping some color down. I mean, there's a little bit of that, but not as much as you think. So where's my seafoam? I could eat this seafoam color. I keep meaning to make like a whole, well, I did, well, it was a while ago. I made I want to make a better one. I shouldn't say that. It was maybe 2 years ago. I made it's kind of a 3-part hinged pendant with a kind of a fantastical seahorse, and I'm just jonesing with all these kind of seafoam colors. And then I did some different stones, and I want to redo it better. There we go. I do like creatures. So we've got that. Now we're going to grab our darkest color. Oh, now we're unstable. Who knows? This was N51. I'm just going to gently put you right in here. Just like that. And a little bit of that. There's that. A little bit of this. A little bit right there. And let's grab our little medium. Oh yeah, what about this guy? 7A. I washed him. I should probably use him. Why not? Washed him yesterday. There we go. That's good. Now, we're going to put some foamy dots over here. Some sea foam. Let me grab one of these darker ones. Maybe right here. Is good. Oops, I'll just put that anywhere. You can just honestly. Where did our sea foam go? You can be here. Like that. And then this one can be there. And then we're going to do blue dots on the other side. So we'll do a baby blue. What are we going to do? Probably, let's just see. Oh, here we are. We'll do one of these over here. That's good. Just like that. And why not one more over here? Blue. a lighter blue, and then a lighter blue. Lighter blue. Go there. And then let's do baby blue right here. Just right there. Nice. Now we are ready to do the background. Before I do anything else, I'm going to take a little, let me just take a little toothpick and make sure that, especially in the dots, that everything is all the way pushed down. We don't want any air bubbles. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Now we're ready to do the dark background. And I'm going to start with my green. Where did you go? There you go. Here you are. I'm going to start. Now this is where the piece is really going to start to shine. I hope I have enough of this green. I do. Yep. And we're just going to start right in there. That's a lot of water. Too much water. Let me get a little bit. There we go. Now, so we're going from this color right here, this to that. So it's a bit of a transition. Let me put a little bit more in there. There we go. I want to make sure we get enough this green all the way like that. And then do I want to maybe even, and now I don't want, and what about, that's darker. Let's just stay the course. Stay. We've got this water. Could be nice. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm not staying the course. I'm veering off because I like this color. I'm just going to put a lot down and then we'll do the blending. Oop, just drop that anywhere. Perfect. And I'm going to blend as I go. Some of these shades will almost blend themselves. That'll be good. And then we want to kind of go into the more the peacock. Let me get a little bit more. There's a lot of water here. There we go. Now, oh, a little bit of green there would be nice. Where did we put it? Yes, a little bit here as well, just for the sake of, there we go. Like that. Blending it back into this. A little bit like that. A little bit of feathering. Now we're going to go into, where is my peacock? I know. We're going to go into peacock. Just a little bit more bluish. Like that. Just feathering it. Too much water. Oh, we have another subscriber. Thank you, Angie. I do apologize. It's a combination of me not being able to read the small font, and I've resized that font, so it's actually pretty big, but it's still, I don't have the right glasses on. So my apologies. So, but thank you for subscribing. And now we're going to go, let me get into this. You know, I feel like this one is actually too much. I'm actually backtracking and thinking we're going to do, this is better. I felt like that one was just a little too, we can always bring it in the next one. Just like that. Just a little bit. Like, I do want to fuss with that wire. Let me get a little bit more on, and then I'm going to fuss. Where's my... There we go. Push you down. There we go. We don't want anything to creep under there. And I do have to let you know that the first coat is always the coats that take the longest. Second coat goes a lot faster because I've already made all the decisions. It's just a matter of following what I decided or finessing. So I'm going to do kind of like this all the way. Like that. And then we'll go into that peacock. Just like that. Peacock, where did you go? Not dark water, peacock. They all do kind of look very similar. But there's a difference. Oh yeah, that's a better. A little bit of this. And then going back into, I think that's going to be a nice, there's a lot. It's a lot, but it's subtle. I mean, because they're all in the same family of tone. So I don't think it's too much. There we go. And then the tiniest little bit of ultramarine or whatever this is. There we go. Oh, nice. All right. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and out. Yes. Clicky. There we go. All right, we're going to let this dry. And I'm going to go ahead and fire those other pieces because we still have to do, remember, our little pink things will be next. These will be next. But we can do those. Those won't take that long because they're going to get their second coat. And, oh, good morning, first-time chatter. Angie from Arizona. Thank you. Good to meet you, Angie from Arizona. Lovely. So we're going to do this, and I'm going to autofocus. That's not very helpful. And I'm going to grab my glasses because I'm going to walk over to the kiln. And let's come over here and do this. This, A and B. There we go. Look, I'm on the wrong side of it though, because we're going to go to the kiln and wrong way. My face is over there. And we're going to go fire some things. So let's just come over here. There we go. And hold on, let me grab that. Put you right there. Level double check that everything is good. Perfect. Now, if you remember, I have my kiln set to 1430 Fahrenheit, 776 Celsius, and it should just take a moment. Let's begin. Here. Just like that. Scooch you. That's good. We'll do that. Good enough. Oh, give me a break. Ooh, you little bastard. Sorry. Now I have to fuss. Feels better. There we go. Now, can we see what's going on? Not really, but that's okay. Come over here. And it generally takes about a minute and a half or so to fire. I'm just going to relax until then. And generally, this is just how it works with my kiln. When the kiln gets back up to its original temperature, it's a little chilly out. It might take a little bit longer this morning. It's generally done. So if you pull it out and it is still sandy looking, you should put it back in. It needs to be glossy. But if you pull it out and everything is like glowing red hot and it is super, super smooth, maybe back off on your next firing. Oh, I should. 1352. Once it's 14, I'll get back up there. I'm not multitasking. I could be multitasking. Well, just play around these little guys. All right, there we are. We're going to go walk over. It looks almost done. There we go. Now, interestingly, I don't know if you can tell, the colors, when they first come out of the kiln, look completely different. And once they cool, they'll kind of come back to their regular temperature. But we're going to let those cool on their own. They'll be fine. Well, we'll just let them cool exactly like that. Perfect. Now, let's come back over here. Just there we go. That seems good. Perfect, I think. Now, we're going to let those cool, dry. We have these pink things to work on. So let us do that. There we go. We'll switch. so you can see what is going on. So these pink ones are sweet as a fucking button. Sweet as a button. Is sweet as a button the sweet as a, I don't know. They're adorable. Like the tiniest little sweet. Now we have our first coat of, we just have our base coat of this pale pink on. And remember, we did that because pinks tend to be very reactive to silver. And I wanted a nice, healthy buffer. And we'll start by washing a few of our pinks. Let's bring our friends the pinks back. We've got, let's drum roll, dun, 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 my favorite, our lovely, lovely Aoki fuchsia. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Welcome to the party. We've got our S111 Hirasawa coral pink is next. Hooray! Yes. Next up, to get at a little bit of dimension and shading, one of my favorite Ninomias. Welcome, N14 pink pale pink, whatever. And then our workhorse pink, Bebe, SL5 baby pink. So that is what's going to be happening. So yes, but before we remember, we have to do our little, we've got our sweet, sweet, vivid chartreuse greens as well. Let's just do that first, and then we'll start our shading situation. Oh, and I have to wash, let me wash the dumb color. Let me wash the pinks. Hold on. We washed them yesterday, so it won't take much. And it's important because remember, these are made of gold, and so they don't look like the color they're going to end up, which is very important to keep in mind. So this is going to be the darkest pink right here. Let me not do it right over it. There we go. We've got that. And I really want to make sure that I wash these a little extra. They're so pale and blushy. I don't want there to be any hint of a cloud in the sky. So this is coral. I'm going to put them in the order. Coral S111. This is the second darkest one, which is going to look like the lightest one. That's why I'm going to put it in the right order. Nothing's in the kiln. God, I had that moment. Do I have something in the kiln? No, do not. Do not. I don't know why I washed so much of this. There we go. So we've got our second one, and then we've got, this actually kind of looks about the same color as it's going to be, which is nice. We're going to use that just for a little bit of shading. Let's see. Of course, there's a big speck of something in there, and I'm going to get rid of. There we go. And then, of course, our baby pink. Now we are ready. The second coat, well, this would be kind of technically maybe the first coat because we have the base coat. We're going to do a little bit of blending, and it's going to be hard to see what's going on because you can't see it because they look different. So, but we'll start with, the greens. Let's just get the greens out of the way. And I'm going to scooch up. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to me. You don't need to see me anymore. There we go. Solo that. And there we go. We'll go left to right. Make sure there's nothing funky happening. And I'm just going to do a dollop, a dollop, dollop. And a dollop. Set that aside. Let's grab our chartreuse and 37. And I think that's fine. not get it where we don't want it. Oh, good. There we go. And just like that. And then a little darker. Where did we put our N42? Just a dollop right there. There we go. Nice. Now we're ready for our pinks. And I'm going to start with the Aoki. Why not? We're going to start with the hot pink in the bases here. And it's not going to look hot pink until we fire it, but it'll just be wonderful. Let's get a good, definitely a little water. Ugh, there we go. Come on, buddy. That's fine. That's fine. Get that out of the way. Scoot you on that side. There we go. A little bit over here. Just like that. There we go. Like that. A little bit over here. And a little bit just like that. Now, Aoki is done for now. And I'm going to actually do this color. Well, coral is, and we'll start with the darker. I'm gonna go really light on this because it's hard to know, and I can see that I need to do a little cleaning up on aisle 3 there because I've got a little bit right under there. Might as well. There we go. Let's just zip a little moisture out of this and make sure. I know I said these, oh, this is going to be so quick, so easy. Just want to make sure. There we go. Now we're ready. Sometimes, and this is our darkest, well, not the darkest, but our little shadow. I'm just going to go a little bit like that. Just hug the corner. I don't know why I started on that one. It felt right. And I'm going to do a little bit over here. I'll hug this little guy. And a little bit down here as well. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. A little bit of water. Yes. All right, kiln. My relay might be going on the kiln. That's all right. see, but you can see, oh gosh, what is going on here. And then this is the same. We're gonna do, I need to fuss with that water. Come on, buddy. There we go. Gently coax you back into the right position. Now, there we go, just a little bit. Hopefully it won't be too much. Just a little bit like that. And a little bit here. Hugging this little line. There we go. Get this side. A little bit. And then hugging that. Hopefully it's not too much. Just like that. Now that was the second darkest. Now we're going to go to the second lightest, which is this color, which we're going to do next. So we're just going to do, and it looks strange, but that's okay. And there's a black dot that's I don't want to put on my piece. Let me get rid of that black dot. Go away. There's two black dots. Go away. There we go. And yeah, we're going right to left now. Too much water. Just a little bit. Like that will be good. A little bit like that. And then a little bit more like that. Why not? Why not the whole little shebang over there? A little bit like that. Like that. Like that. And I'm going a little bit thinner than I normally do, just so I have some wiggle room. Hopefully. A little bit. Like that. Give it to me. A bit just like that. There we go. A bit. A little bit. A bit. So let me scooch over. I cannot see. What are you doing, little guy? Come on, pink. There we go. Just a little bit. Really blend in a little bit more. That's fine. It is. A little bit. There we go. Now we're just going to fill in with a little bit of the baby pink and hope for the best. There is a certain amount of hoping for the best with pinks. Hoping for the best. So there we go. Just feather that in. There's so much water on this one. Oh, I see a dot I need to do. Hold on. Let me wick that. Now, I know it doesn't, they look weird right now. This is a little bit more advanced level color theory, not theory, color application, because what you see ain't what you get. So, see when we're doing some strange reds, that really looks weird sometimes. Oh crap, I was going to find that. I have a dot somewhere. No, well, we'll see. Alrighty, good enough. Let's just get some of you on here. And a little bit of water. There we go. I think that's fine. Give it to me. There we go. Yeah, so it just looks. Feather that in. I hope I didn't go too dark. All right, that should be good. There we go. All right, it is what it is. We're going to let these dry. And let's go see. Let me put these on. Just put these right like that. And we'll let them dry. That one wants to go that way. That one wants to go that way. All right, so we're going to go let these dry and let us go see what are other pieces. I bet they're cool. We're ready to move forward. Let's do that. Nice. Too much. Too dark. There we go. There's that. And this. So let's start. Get these out of there. We've got the beginnings of our sweet landscape. So set those aside, and we got to get our green leaves on that one. So let's do that first. And of course, I need to get the thing I folded to put it on, I used as a blotter. So let me go ahead and make another little foldy thing to hold these. Keep them from tipping over, as it were. And now we're going to get just the green. I'm not going to do any more of the blue in this episode, just to get a coat of everything on there. So it shouldn't be, it's not even going to be that exciting. So let's zoom in a little bit. Is good. A goodly amount. And I'm just going to, why is there so much water in there? Ugh. I swear there's like an elf reaching around from behind me when I'm not looking, putting little drops of extra water in all of my cups. I mean, it's humid here, but it is not that humid. So we'll start now that I've had my petulant thought. We're just going to start by putting a sweet, and now it's not enough water, a sweet dollop of this pale green right at the tip of each of these. Good morning, Drew. Is it Drew McEwen? I can't read. My cousin from 100 years, who I'm sure we're related somehow. But welcome. You know who would know if we're related, Drew? I'm just going to call you Drew because that's, I think, your name. My dad he has made it his life mission to do the genealogy of our branch of the McEwens. We came over in, gosh, it was like 1640 is when we took the boat over. Things were not going well for us. So that's all I know. Well, every time my dad makes a change on the Wikipedia, there's a Wikipedia for genealogy, I get an update, and I'm like, oh, some obscure relative from, 1792. He's discovered that her middle name was Elvira or something. But my dad is a stickler for correctness. Like one of his pet peeves, and I totally get it, is people who half-ass the genealogy and just put guesses. And he's like, he loves to, like, he's a retired electrical engineer, and he is very thorough in his investigations. It does not hit our charts unless it has been confirmed in like 3 different sources or something like that. There we go. Got the little tips on just like that. Good morning, Kim, as well. Good morning. We are working on our first coats. It's going to start going faster. It's almost noon. We are, depending on how things go, I'm going to finish these no matter what. And if you want to stick around later, if it takes a little longer to get all the way to the end, it's what it does. If you want to stay, and if my camera can keep the charge that long, we'll take it to the bitter end. But because I need to be in line at the post office at 9 a.m. with these tomorrow. It's not going to be... I'm just doing... This is N37 chartreuse. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. That. There we go. I have some green to clean up there. Let me zoom in a little bit, if that's helpful. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Well, then, you know what? I should put you in contact with my dad. Actually, would probably love. His name is Bruce. If you've seen Bruce McEwen, they love traveling. I mean, we came over and we kind of took the northern route. I live in the South now, but we were pretty much up in, we kind of slowly over the course of several generations worked our way from Pennsylvania into the Ohio Valley and kind of stayed there in the 18th century. And my dad has an entire room with these this huge map of all the land plots of who bought who. And it doesn't help that they were, there's like 52 John McEwen. So there we go. That is good. I wonder if genealogy is like a particularly American pastime. There we go. And we're going to do a little bit. See, so much water. The little elf came and put a whole dollop of water in there. There we go. And then this is just a little darker shade, just to kind of do that little pretty. That. There we go. Tiny little dollop, right like that. Let's get you. Remind me I need to clean that little area up. Oh, that's a bit much. That's fine. Now I have to. Oh, you have cousins that are in the Azores. Yesterday I said we would love to visit / completely move to the Azores. And I know I've never actually been there, but it looks gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I want to say that it's probably very quiet and uneventful in the Azores. That's Portuguese, isn't Portugal? That's. But I guess everybody is interested in where they come from, so. There we go. But I know that the McEwens have a castle, and my sister has actually been to the McEwen castle. You have to kind of trek. It's not really a castle. It's a ruin. It's a pile of stones, and you have to do a long trek through the moors. Not the moors. I don't know what they're called to get to it. It's on my bucket list. There we go. All right, so these look like they're ready. So I'm going to go ahead and put them right here. There we go. So we're going to go let these dry, and then we're on our second coat of these little guys, and we're going to really get some color happening. So stay tuned. Let's do that. 1, 2. Just for the record, I have put something into the kiln, so I can't forget. I can't get too involved. If I haven't gotten up in 1.5 minutes to do something, somebody do a whole bunch of exclamation points. like, and I'll see if I can remember. So while we're thinking about not forgetting what's in the kiln, we can kind of just remember these little guys over here. And let me get my glasses and have a quick look at what is happening. If I can go a little bit more. There we go. Oh, now that's not bad. I think that works. There we go. A little dark, but it'll do. Yeah, so it's very subtle. And now we're ready to kind of really punch up the color, especially in the little landscape portion of this. So alrighty, I'm just honestly, I don't want to really get started because I got something in the kiln. But you know what? Let's grab our little baby pink because we can definitely do a little baby pink. I can see we're at 1378. So that is good. And I'm just gonna get started. A little bit more of this pink. Just like that. A little bit more. Oh, there's the clicking. And just the pink, when it first comes out of the kiln, looks like trash. And you're like, oh, what is going on? So I'm just going to let it cool. We'll see what it looks like. We will see what it looks like. So nothing's in the kiln now. Nothing. So we can just enjoy these landscapes. A little bit of this blue. Here. And here. Just like that. A little bit here. I'm going to put a little bit slightly darker blue right around the rim. Let's get some N57. Sounds like it would be a nice, just to kind of punch up that edge a little bit. Right about there. And right here as well. Same thing goes. Right here. And maybe even right here. That's good. Now, let's get our, see how our pinks are doing. Should only do easy things on Twitter. Only easy projects that can never, nothing will ever go wrong. There we go. Something like that, I think is fine. I know that's good. Now, just get a little bit over here. And a little bit over here. That's good. Now we're going to do a little, we're going to bring some of those N51 for sure. And maybe even a little peacock. Dare we do a little peacock? Yes. Maybe. L60? Or should we do a little, let's do a little L60. And that will be good. We'll start with our peacock down here. Just a little bit like that. A bit like that, same thing. Goes over here. Just a little darkness. And then some N51. That's good. Blend. More water. This color. And maybe just a little blue as well. I don't hate. Just like that. And then maybe a little tiny bit of N57. Well, nope. What about 546? You are a little dark. No, let's do N57. I should have done N58, but I'm not going to get up and get any. I think this will be just fine. Just a little bit in the middle, just for fun. Maybe even just a little bit over here as well. Now we're going to kind of bring a little bit more. We've got this kind of green that I want to pull in right around. This is that little bit of that green right about there and here. I think that'll be good. Maybe even a little bit over here. And how about, what is this? No, I don't like that. Let me get my N42. I think will be a good. And then maybe even a little bit of the blue. Let's get a little of this. A little bit. I don't hate it. A little bit of this over here. Going into, let me get my pretty green. Oh, that's what I wanted actually. No, that's fine. We'll just feather that over here. Definitely need something a little darker. How about, we haven't used any of this olive. What do I think about it? I think, I think it's okay. There we go. Little blending is good. Now, well, thanks for stopping by, Drew, and I'll be here all day. Well, or until this is done. Probably all day. That probably means all day. Now I'm going to put a little bit of this. Get that. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is that. Now, I want to do some dots real fast. Let's do a little, bring some of these bluish dots right here. That's good. Actually, you can go right there. And then I want that real pale. Where did you go? You are my little baby seafoam color. You've got that. You've got a seafoam. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of this. Maybe even the darker green would be nice. Let me grab that. And 46. I told you these landscapes are just a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. And I think just a little bit right here would be nice. And then a little bit right here. Just be good. And then, do we want any over here? No, we got enough darkness. So, let's do this. Hate that. That's good. A little bit over there. That's good. Let me just get a little bit of the N37, and then we'll call this layer done. See where we are. Hopefully. Oh, we need something in there. What color? How about blue? Blue. Let us do... what a peacock right there. There we go. That's good. There we go. All right. Whew, I don't know. Is there something in the kiln? There's nothing in the kiln. Nothing. Stop. My brain. All right. So let me go put this under the lamp. And I'm going to also go ahead and put the laurel leaf earrings into the kiln. And I'm going to bring the pink and the teal swirl back. And we'll look at that while the other thing's in the kiln. So let us... It says autofocus, but I guess that's not... good. So let's do this. Doop and doop. There we go. Hello again. We're gonna go do that, and we'll see. Wow, seems like the bit rate is way better. That's ready to see the pinks. There we go. Let's have a look. Well, let me grab my glasses and see. Oops, as I drop that. Good, good. Get that out of the way. Let's just see what we have. I know it looks a bit messy because you got a little pink on top, but that's all going to get ground away. So it's looking actually pretty good. I'm going to gray card it real fast. Hold on. Let me do that. White balance. Gray card. Oh, hold on. I can't do that when I have two things, which is irritating. I'd like to just... All right, we've got that. So there we go. Get rid of that. Then we can do our white balance. Gray card. There we go. That's better. So, yeah, I know it looks weird, but you can see the intensity of the pink is real nice. And I don't know why my focus is being trash, but that's also fine. So we're going to basically just do another coat of this and continue on. And once we get all of the, the extra pink on the edges, you can see how when it touches that silver, it does kind of turn yellow. That is what we're trying to prevent on the inside. So you can see that we're getting pretty close with that. So that is good. Feeling good about these. And we'll just do a little finessing with that. No worries. And then we also have this little guy is looking good as well. I want to definitely in the next one, I might even do a little bit darker right in here. We want to like punch up the background a little bit so it's a little bit darker there, but it's looking good. So, oh shit, I got something in the thing. See, you talk too much. Talked too much. It's fine. Little bastard. Yeah. Don't worry about it. They'll be fine. They were green, blue. Yeah, you could leave them in the kiln for like a half an hour and they would be just fine. So, but, oh, see, I honestly need like a 2-minute timer. Would that be so hard? No. So, yeah, so this is looking good. And we'll start with our pinks just because I still have them over here. And we're going to definitely do a little bit more blending. We have a little, actually they're looking good. I'm not going to use any more of that darker stuff. So let's grab our pinks and see what is what. Let me see. This is the center right here. Pull you down. It's good. That's looking good. Let's pull our light right there. It's good. Let's see if I can see. And zoom in. There we go. Perfect. Now we're going to get another coat on. So, nice. It looks good. Looking good. So it's going to be mostly pink. Let's just grab our baby pink. And then, yeah, pretty much. Let me see. I'm not going to do any more of that. I'm going to do pretty much just pink. Pretty much pink all the way through, I think. And do I want to... A little bit of this, I think will be okay. I'm not... A little tiny bit. Now, okay, now I'm good. I'm ready. Oh, and we need some green. We'll just... Gonna do this on top. I'm gonna need to get some yellow for when we get to the top. I'll put a big dollop. That's good. Now, where are we? Noon. We're at noon. A little bit of this. I think will be just right. I'm going to do one at a time from start to finish. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. That. And then pink pretty much over the rest of it. Because I don't want to go any darker down here. I like that one coat was just spot on. So we'll just continue with the pink. Just a little bit like that. Even over there. Put that right like that. This light can eat a dick. Thank you. Just more pink. There we go. Tons, too much water. And let's just wick that. Perfect. Now, just going to keep on keeping on. Move you out of the way. Oh, this light can just, you would think it wouldn't be that hard to get good lighting, but you would be incorrect. A little bit of this is good. A little bit. How do I care about that? I gotta grab my glasses. I can see a dot. I want to see if I can see it with my eyeballs. Just because you can see it under the microscope doesn't mean... No, I think it's fine. Sometimes you have to be like, is it worth dealing with something that you can't actually see with the naked eye, or at least I can't? And the answer is it's fine. You'll do more damage trying to fix an almost invisible problem. We'll just continue on with that. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. Some of this pink. And these pink ones will be the ones that look, they'll be the biggest transformation when we grind and polish. So that'll be interesting to see. I'm going to grab my fresh, do I have a fresh water? No. Oh, I've used all my fresh water. I poured myself 2 fresh waters. There we go. And I've gone through them. Just like that. Put the pale pink over that. Pale pink. Just like that. There we go. It's getting we're getting into the home stretch here of the enamel colors. Let me get you guys out of the way. Thank you. you know what, I'm going to do both of these at the same time. I liked the idea. That's good. That's done. And I know I'm putting my hand there, but just trying to be efficient. There we go. I think that's good. Now this one, I want to put a little bit of the Aoki because I can see it's a little bit thin. So where did I put you, Aoki? Come on, buddy. Hold on. Oh, there you are. Just because you're a little bit light. Right there. Don't hate it. There we go. Maybe a little on the other side too. There you go. Just good. And a little blending. Blending. There we go. Pink. And maybe a little bit more right there. Go. Now we are done with those. Let's just blot, and I can see a hair that I know the hair will burn away, but let's just pick up that piece of lint. Perfect. Now we are going to put you guys back on here. Let you guys. So that was the third layer, but remember these have a deeper thing. So technically, could have been technically the second layer, but after this, we're just going to switch to the pale pink until we get to the top of the wires. So I'm going to let these dry. And we will, next up on the docket is our second full coat of color on that. And these are cool as well. Remember, these are looking good. Let's just pull them and see if we can focus on that. Nope. So that looks good. That's one coat of color. So we'll get our second coat on this, and the second coat will really even it up. So that will be, we'll get these two things on next. Open up my water. Let's see, it's 12 20. And yeah, let's just, okay, so we've got this guy right like that. And we're really just going to switch to baby blue over the interior because I don't really want to go any darker on that. And then another rich coat of color over that, and I think that will be pretty good. So we'll start with the easy stuff. So pink, we're done for now. You go away, pink. We do not need you. And I'm gonna just start with baby blue right in here. Little water. You can have baby blue all the way through. Fine. And then you're gonna just be baby blue. You're gonna be baby blue. You know what? Fine. You can just. And then we're going to do. Where's our real pale sea foam? Will be over here on this side. Sea foam over here. Bit. Just right there. Now, just wick some of that moisture and put a few little sea foams on this side and some blue on the other side. Like you'd even be able to tell, but I would know. Sea foam there, sea foam there, sea foam right over there. Good. And then some baby blue, and then we'll do our dark colors. Where's our baby blue hanging out? Right there. Looks fine. Now we're going to wick it and then get our background going. And let's just get that out of the way. Perfect. Now a little bit, we need to punch up this background a little bit more. So don't want any of this light. It's not gonna, you're not gonna see it. I just don't want to have it be taking up any actual space. So we've got, we've got that. I might throw a little of this chrome right here in the center, just to enrichen it a little bit, right like that. And the same thing goes right over there. This is just a hair darker than that bright green, just to kind of punch up that center bit. And why so much water? There we go. We got this. Some days there's always one. There we go. Same thing goes for over here. Bring this green a little bit farther. I really like that little bit of green over there. Same thing goes for over here. There we go. And then, were we using the peacock? Let's peacock. All right, where did I put not the peacock blue. Oh, here we are. The dark water, I think, is such a pretty shade. I love the color that it ends up being. It doesn't look anything like that in its dry form. It's funny. But we're just going to a little bit. That's a lot. Just drag you right in there. There we are. We're getting pretty close to the top here. A little blend, and now into the peacock, into the pre-roll hat. No idea what that means. There we go. A little bit of this peacock will be good. Important not to get it where you don't want it. There we go. There's the peacock, and now our last little bit of L65. I think will be good. L65. What time is it? 1. Definitely. A little bit, just like that, and feather it ever so gently, like that. A little bit over here. That's good. Maybe a little bit more. I think that's good. Now let us wick that a little bit without messing up our blending. There we go. And that's probably our last coat of color on there, but we'll see where we are when we fire it. That doesn't mean it's not our last coat of enamel, but it might be the last coat of those particular shades. So I'm going to go put this over there, and then I'm going to get one more coat on these. We're getting really good. We're getting towards the end, guys, so of the color, the enamel color. The enamel color. You go in there. Now, because multitasking has been going so well for me, I have put the pink earrings and the landscape earrings into the kiln. I repeat, in the kiln. Huge mistake, but you know, I live on the edge. So that I'm gonna just keep using my little thing for blotting, so I keep having to remake the pillow. Sweet little pillow. And we're just going to do this all at once. There we go. We're going to get one coat of everything. And I'm not going to get started until those things are out of the kiln, but I'm going to gather my colors. So we got our N55 and our N57. Perfect. It's a good combo. We've got our greens, and one more green. We got one more green around here. There you are. There you are. All right, we're at 1334. Frit is, you mean for like glass blowing? Or do you mean just the size of the nuggets? Because you would not be able to, well, it would have a different coefficient, expansion of coefficient, I can't remember the word. So the glass that they sell as frit that you use to make glass vases, you know, glass blowing stuff, is not the same glass that you use for enameling. The enamel that we use has been formulated for enameling on copper and silver. And so probably you wouldn't get super great results. But if you're just talking about frit as in the 60-40 size bits of glass, as long as it's for enameling, it should be fine. And I'm going to go, it hasn't been in it too long. I'm going to go get the stuff from the kiln. Now, and they even like have different, if you're enameling on, because you know this, you can enamel on so many different things, you need to match. Honestly, that Thompson enamel workbook is worth it. It's worth the money. I don't even think it's that expensive. It talks about the different kinds of enamel, because they make special enamels for like brass and bronze and that kind of stuff too. I don't think they make them that much anymore, but so yes. Let me start with the blue. I'm going to start with the blue. I think that's good. And I do have my 546. Do I want to do any more? You know, I don't. I feel like it was a little too dark. So we're just going to get this. We're going to start with the background because it's easier. And I'm not doing any more of that 546. I thought it was a little bit too dark, so I don't want it to go any darker. I don't mind it how it looks, but I don't want it to go darker. So we've got that. Maybe we'll be grinding and polishing by about 1 p.m. We might even be, well, we'll see. Can we grind and polish all of these in an hour? I don't know. I have a whole grinding and polishing and process. So I will certainly, if I was just doing it by myself, yes, but probably not with an audience. There we go. That's good. A little bit of that. A little water. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. And now our pale baby blue right in the center. Little feathering. Looks good. And so a little bit more. Now we're just going to blot and get a little bit of green on there, and that's the second coat. Second and final coat for that. I mean, not final coat. Final, you'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about. You will understand momentarily. So now we're going to just do our little bit of green. Let's just going to do a little dollop. Come on, buddy. There we go. And then our last little bit, oh green, where are you? There you are. Hold on, let me clean that up. Got a little thing. Now, there we go. Got a little green in there that I want to get rid of. There we go. That's fine. Now let's just get I'm debating if I want to try. I want to try a different pumice powder just to experiment, but maybe that's not experimenting online in live format. Maybe isn't the smartest thing. There we go. All good. So we're going to let these dry, and I'm going to go put the other little thing in the kiln, and then we'll grab our pink things and our landscape earrings and see where those are. It's getting exciting. Now we're getting into the home stretch of whatever this is that we're doing. Home stretch. And I've got something in the kiln. So let's start with, these are looking real sweet. It's kind of hard to see. Till we get to the grind, the final, really, it says autofocus, you little jerk face. There we go. There we go. These are looking nice. We're just going to kind of keep on with this. We're just going to put some real pale colors over it and move along with that. And these are looking also very nice, very pink. We're just going to do pink over that. I'm going to go grab some yellow and just do a dollop of yellow over the green. And we're going to probably do 2 more coats because remember, these are a little thicker. I need to get to the top of the wires with this. But they'll go really fast. So I'm going to go pull. I can see we're at 1400 in the kiln. So let us go pull that out and grab the yellow, and we will continue along. We got some, that one's out of, there's nothing in the kiln, so that is good. And we pulled out some N24, which is going to be helpful for some, I'm going to grab some fresh water. I think it's time. We got some nice clean water. Let's also get a fresh paper towel. And I can, at this part, I'm going to be switching to really, really pale colors. So I could take a moment and put away some colors, but I'm not going to do that right yet. But we are going to need to do that before we start grinding and polishing. I need to put away some enamels because I don't want to contaminate any of my enamels with grinding and polishing and detritus, if you know what I'm saying. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting into there. And we don't really need that right now, so we're going to use this. Let's just do these pink ones real fast. Zilgo. There's our baby pink. Hello. Oh, there you are. Let's just get our coat of enamel on these guys. And I'll start, zoom in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, and right now we're just, the color is perfect. I just want to go all the way to the top of these wires. So I'm going to go a little thicker than I would normally do. And that is it. Just going to put them a little bit of yellow right up there. It's going to be 2 coats. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's see if we can get over there. Come on, there we go. A little dollop. And I'm just switching to yellow for no reason, but you could totally just use that. I mean, it's not that different. These colors are pretty much very similar, but it's just what I do. I tend to switch to the yellow. And now we're going to continue with pink all the way to the top. And I'm not worried. The good news about this particular shade of baby pink is it never really gets dark. You know, some colors you keep putting more and more on, they're going to get darker and darker and darker. Not the case with this lovely shade of baby pink. And that's why I am confident I can just use it all the way to the top. Just like that. Good. Yeah, and I wish I could say this was going to be the last coat, but it's not. It is, you have to take it, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but if you don't take the enamel to the top of whatever you set your wires, even if they're sticking out and you know you're going to grind them off, you will run into a very sad problem. There's a pain in the butt, which is if you don't have the glass supporting the wires all the way to the top, the wires will bend over while you're grinding and embed themselves in little shards and bits into the glass, and it is a huge pain in the butt. So it's just worth it to take the enamel to the top of the wires, and also it'll make you not make your wires as tall if you know you got to take all of your enamel to the top. especially if you want to do the kind of polishing that we're going to do with this, which is we're going to start with a fire polish, which is basically just after we've done our basic whatever grinding, we're going to put this back in the kiln, melt it again, but then we're going to go back in with very, very fine grits of stuff and take it to a really perfectly smooth, high gloss finish. So, and you can't do that if you don't start with enough enamel on your pieces. That's good. There we go. Little bit. Go. It's good. Let's get a little. Wait, I'm saving that. That's. There we go. Now that is good. We're going to let these dry. Let me put them on the little trivets. Go put these under the lamp, and then we're going to get the next coat on that. These are next. This one is also good. This is looking a lot better. Let's have a look. This is, there we go. It's hard to see what's going on with this high gloss. This is looking really good. I think maybe one more coat. I'm just going to switch to a baby blue. Will do for this. So that is looking nice. We got a nice amount. I got a few little flecks in there that I might take off before, but it's looking really nice. So that's happening next. Let's just see. Let's just move our front. We don't need our pink. And then with this, honestly, I'm going to, I don't want that to get any darker. I'm going to, do I need to get some N4 clear? That's so irritating that I need it for that tiny, tiny amount. But yes, I'm going to do that. Doesn't throw me, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to get some, remember how we call clear enamel flux? We're going to use some clear enamel over that very, very light. I mean, I just don't want it to go any darker, the sky in the back. So I'm going to have to go wash that. And I'm going to be using Enamel N4 is my plan. And I'm just going to wash the tiniest amount of it because I don't need very much. Let's just grab. Oh, you bastard. It's fine. course, I don't have any sifted. Look, none left. I'm going to have to do that. So let's just take a moment. It'll just take the work of a moment for sure. There we go. Let's honestly do. There we go. Yeah, give you something else to look at. So I know. Alrighty, so I'm going to lift this up a little bit because I want to get a little bit of this N4. And we don't need much, so I am going to do a tiny little mini wash. Oh, it's lovely. Has it been sitting just like that? Good. Well played. Let's just see if we can break it up. Come on. That should be. We don't need much. And honestly, this particular clear enamel goes bad really, really fast. So I quite literally, I wouldn't even, if I washed this and needed it tomorrow, I would wash some fresh. I wouldn't even use. So it's kind of like use it immediately. It's not the case for every enamel, but it is the case for this enamel. And we're not going to use remember we used the Sawyer number 3 as our base coat, and we were talking about how it is a harder enamel, which means that it has a higher melting temperature. You would never use that as a top coat. So there is a difference. Sawyer coat. If I could use a finish, it's called a finishing flux, which just means a top coat, a softer flux. We could use the Sawyer 639. I don't trust it as much, so I'm going by my old faithful standby Nino Mia N4. If you want one more iteration of nonsense, N4 is actually just sifted N3. So it's pre-sifted N3. None of which they even make anymore. So the point is moot. And you see how I gotta go until this is clear. So there we go. Because we don't want, after all of this work, we do not want cloudiness to be, if you put something cloudy over your beautiful shades of color, you will be a sad person. I will be sad on your behalf. So I used to put a clear enamel over all as my top coat over everything. I don't really do that anymore. I tend to just use clear enamels in moderation when it is called for. So is this? That's clear. Good enough. Good enough. And I'm not even marking it because I'm just going to toss it when I am done. So I'm just going to come back over here. That was an exciting jaunt. And we're going to get this guy. Oh, how does it go bad? Yuck, trust me, it deteriorates. You get it looks perfectly fine. That's the thing, is it looks fine, it goes on fine, but then you fire it and you get these white specks everywhere. And it used to not be like that. It was just the last couple of batches. Just really, sorry, let me scooch over. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Got that. There we go. There we go. Can we see that? Focus. What happens if I do this? So I'm just going to put this clear over the sky, and that's not super exciting. I'm going to make sure you know where we're going here. And honestly, all of a sudden, that is just has to, there we go. There. Just going to put that. Just. You can see. That's fine. Now we're just going to go with a pale blue over this. Pale blue. I can see. We'll see how this looks. There we go. Now I'm going to do a little bit of green. We're just going to do pale colors over these because I don't want this to get any darker. So we're just going to do green like that. Green over here. Just like that. That's good. And then a little yellow. Where's our yellow? And then some yellow over that green. Bit of yellow over here. Don't hate it. And then maybe some blue right over here. Baby blue, oh, baby blue. Little baby blue. That's good. Little baby blue. That's good. Simple, easy peasy. And let's just do that. And I'm going to go put these. I think it's time to, wait, do we have anything? Oh, we can do this one. Let's get a coat of blue over this guy. Let me go put these under the heat lamp real fast. We'll get a quick coat of blue. That'll probably be the last coat of that. And we're going to basically, I'm going to do a quick little mini wash because I just want to make sure that this blue, ooh, wrong way, there we go. is as spotless as possible. So it's our last coat. Most likely. No, that's good. It's looking good. So we're basically just going to put this color, this shade of blue, over the whole thing, and there we go. Just let's bring you back. Right. Like that. And just over a nice even coat. I'm gonna start I want to say that this is going to be the last coat, but maybe, oh god damn it with this water. There we go, there we go, there we go. Just go anywhere there. I've got a case of the Sundays for sure. There we go. Yeah, just kind of glopping it on, but I'm going to smooth it out. Just to get a nice even coat over the whole thing. There we go. Just putting it on. Just nice and even. There we go. Little quick little just like. Now we're gonna go let that dry, and we're going to go. Let's go fire the other things. I think it's appropriate for that. So we're going to completely go solo over here, so we can. Hey. So let's go take this over there, and then we're going to, we're going to sit in front of the kiln so we don't mess it up this time, because we don't want to do that. That is not good. Let us do that. So we're going to come over here. There we go. Perfect. Now, let's see if we can do this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me switch out this trivet. That's fine. Let's see if they fit. There we go. Now, put you in. That is good. Now I'm going to start putting some of these enamels away while that's in the kiln. Or maybe I'm just going to sit here and veg for a moment. It should take... I don't want to overfire these pinks up, so I'm really trying to not overfire these pinks. So we're at 1285. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of these. Here we can. There we go. You can see with the excitement of putting enamels away. I've got all these lids. I'm going to tip some of them out. We're at 1308. It's fine. I don't think we need chrome deep. I'm going to put that away. 737. This one, we'll save it. You never know. I never did use that lump, did I? That's all right. L45. Hold on, where are we? We're at 1340. L35. There you go. I'm just going to collect all of these guys in one pile. Ultra 4, we didn't even use you, but that's okay. Hold on, we're at 1375. Oops, L69. Doing that. N43 is a dark green. There you are. Oh, we're at 1401. I'm going to mosey on over to the kiln. All right. Looking good, looking good. And let that dry. Let's go ahead and pull these off. Ugh. Fine, stay there then. That is fine. I am going to give that other one a little bit more time to dry. Ugh. Just let that do its thing. Now, oh, yes. We don't need to stir the kiln anymore, so we'll continue just like that. Where am I? Now, this way is good. We're really just going to be doing a little bit of tidying up. Yes, peacock. Yeah, I know it's not that exciting, but it has to be done. And I'm not going to... Yeah, that's good enough. Let's see, 111 coral pink. You are there. Ah, there you are. You're hiding over. And 14. There, you're way over there. And you know what? I'm thanking you because you are done. So that is fine. N42, we got you. And then I got a bunch of just blank ones, which will go a lot faster. N24. And then Aoki, we definitely need to save you. You are extra special. And then I'm just going to put lids. Oh, hold on. What do we have over here? There we go. N60. Nothing. N51. N49. Good enough. L70. There's that. Now we're good. Saving the blue. We need that. We need the yellow. We don't need that. We don't need this baby pink. We might want that. We might not want that. We don't need that. We don't need that. This we're gonna keep. This can just hang out over there. All of these will get lids on later. There we go. Now, just to deal with this later. Look at this. We're tidying up while those things are cooling. Now, we're not quite ready to start grinding and polishing. We have maybe 2 simple more coats on a couple of things, but we're getting so close. I am going to, oh good, we've gone unstable. So I'm going to go ahead and go get those other pieces. I'm going to put that other piece in the kiln and I'll be right back. That's good. What's going on? You're still a little hot. 115. All right. Well, let's just go down solo there. So we have, boy, these are still a little hot. I've got something in the kiln. I'm just going to keep focused. These, one more coat on this, and then they'll be ready for grinding and polishing. That'll just take a moment. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. You can see we've got our pretty pinks. Lovely. So, and then probably one more coat on these, maybe 2 more coats. Wait, this has, oh yeah, probably 2 coats on this, 2 coats on that. Oh, hot, hot. We'll just let that cool down a second and we'll get there. I said, oh, I thought we would be grinding and polishing by 1, but honestly, we'll say 1:30, and that is, we'll get there. Well, we will get there. Oh, let me go get the other thing from the kiln. Doesn't. Now, we're getting there. I am going to just come in a little bit like that. Can we tilt up a little bit? There we go. Now, let's just start. I don't even need to use my jewelry microscope anymore for this because I am just going to quickly, let me wipe this area down because there's little bits. This is going to be the last coat of enamel on these. You can see we're just about at the top of the wires, and this should take us all the way over. So we'll start, I don't even know if we need any of this. Start with a dollop of that, a little bit like that. And then, oh, where did I put? I put the pink away. Luckily, it's right here. Not quite ready to say goodbye to the pink. So we're just going to do a nice healthy coat. I might even get a larger brush. Look at that. Is that a larger brush? That is a larger brush. Not that much larger, but a little bit larger. I'm just going to cover it. And again, if you're stopping at a fire polish, you probably don't, well, I still think you should do this all the way to the top. I know when you're first getting started, you're getting nervous. You've put these things in the kiln a lot, but it's kind of like trust. You have to trust that it's going to be okay. It's worth the risk to get the best results that you can. So let's see where we are. Let's see. A little bit over here. I'm running out. I don't even look how much. I don't have very much left. Hopefully. Got that. Just fine. Just going to use the last. Look how much we have left of this pink. There we go. That should be just the right amount. Perfect. Now we'll just do that. Put you back on your little trivets. Probably time to start. And we're going to put you under the lamp, and then we're going to get you guys. Probably we might do one more coat on this one. This is going to be 2 coats, so that is fine. The good news is this one is ready for grinding and polishing. See how we're really at the top of the wires. It's lumpy, but we're going to smooth that all out. So this is ready for grinding. So I'm going to set it aside until the other ones are at the same level. So we're so close. We're going to just do probably 2 more on this one. So let's get started with this little guy. And we're going to do yellow over the green and blue over the blue, basically, you know. Let's just bring you up here. That'll be good. And I'm gonna go back to my tiny brush, but I think I can do this. I'm gonna start with yellow. Just one. Probably, quite frankly, need to get my. Let's just bring that in. There we go. Got to clean it up a little bit. I'm like, oh, I don't need to use my microscope, and then that's fine. That's good. I guess our bit rate. You know, I wonder if going over to the, well, honestly, if the bit rate suffers because I walk across the room, we're gonna have to go over to the grinder, so nothing to be done. It's only like 10 feet, so that's good. Oop. And it's getting to the top of these wires, so it's hard to keep it neat. But it's even more important, it's imperative to keep it neat. So I might even do clear flux on this last coat. Good. That'll do. That's good. Nice. I'm going to go put these right under. That's the second to the last coat of enamel. And then we'll just get this little guy. That's good. That's good. No idea why. And then this. We're just doing the same thing. I might a little bit more. Clear. I might have to wash a little bit more of the clear because I think I might do a layer of that flux as the final coat of the laurel leaf earrings. So I should have made a little more, but it'll be fine. That's good. Scooch over. There we go. A little blue. A little blue. There we go. More blue. Little blue here. Little blue here. Get a little of this here. Do we need any of that? A little bit of that. And then a little bit of yellow, sorry. Now I'm definitely feeling a little rushed, but oh, do I find myself adjusting? I tend to set it for the depth. If I move things up or down, like if I'm working on a trivet, I'll need to adjust it. And I always adjust it, when I first get in, because, your eyesight varies every day. So, but luckily you can, adjust for each individual eyeball. So, you don't really adjust it as much as you think you will. And it's funny because it looks, I really wish I could get a camera there's no camera attachment for this particular microscope. So the only way to actually attach a camera would be to buy a new microscope, and the microscope ain't inexpensive. So it's just, there we go. That's good. Let's put a little bit more blue. I really want this to be the last coat of this. All right. I hope that that is the last coat of that. And we're going to go over and put some things in the kiln and see where we are. So let's go over there. I know, I feel like I don't need to wave at it. I'm way too cognizant. Let's scooch over just like that. And don't mind. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in. They could definitely, well, let's just do one at a time. Let that dry a little bit longer. While that is, and I just literally had a thought. I think I'm going to, because I'm going to do it, I'm going to end, once I pull that out of the kiln, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. It's 1:30 p.m.-ish now, Eastern Standard Time. And that'll give me, and I'm going to start streaming again at 2:30 p.m. That'll give me time to charge my phone a little bit more, because I'm more concerned that, not that I'm not willing to stay and grind and polish all of this until it's done. I'm concerned that my phone won't hold. We're down to about 30%. So, but if I charge my phone for 35 minutes, that should give us the time. So when I do that, we're going to cancel out of this and we're going to start a new stream in 1 hour at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. And it'll probably take about an hour to finish up, maybe an hour and a half. It really depends. Things definitely go a lot slower when I'm doing them live. So that's going to be the plan. So I hope you'll be able to join us or catch it later. And then it'll be a whole separate stream just for grinding and polishing. So that is it. I hope you'll all come back. 4:10. All right, I'm going to go get that stuff. All right, so we're going to call it right there. Yeah, I'm probably going to put one more coat of enamel on those laurel leaf earrings between now and 2:30. You can deal with it. You know what, you kind of get the idea what's happening. So yeah, I'm going to be back at 2:30 and we'll finish up grinding and polishing. So I hope to see you then. And if not, I will also be streaming. The next time I'm actually going to be streaming, besides the rest of the day today, is on Christmas Day at, I don't know, whatever time I said. Going to be doing sample strips, so that will be fun for me anyway. I don't know if it's interesting for you, but it'll be good for me. So I'll see you in an hour. Take care.